I'm sorry, like he was Fort Knox lockdown. You are not getting in that paint. And then he was going the other side and yamming it on you. So I got Dwight.
Got Dwight?
And the fact that him and T-Mac are not on the top 75 list is a travesty.
Oh my God.
That is a travesty.
Nah. Oh Kiddan! Hello, namaste, kamcho, assalamu alaikum, and sat shri akal. What up, guys? Welcome back to the Oh Kiddan podcast. I'm your host, Tej, and we got Tej Pops back with us.
Sir.
Before we begin, remember to like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Remember to ring the bell for more content.
Ring the bell for more notifications.
Yeah.
Don't miss this content, sir. I appreciate that. That was really good, sir. Becoming a natural at this.
Thank you.
Sir, what are we doing today?
So today, first, we're going to talk about our playoffs. What's been going on?
The results?
Yep.
So far.
First round, a little bit.
We're still in the first round. First round's almost to a close.
Yeah.
Right, we're just going to do a recap.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
So let's start on the West.
Okay.
So our first game we had was the Thunder versus the Grizzlies.
Thunder versus the Grit. Yes, sir.
And we were both correct.
That was light work.
That was sweep.
That was light work.
Yep. The Thunder beat the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, Nuggets versus Clippers.
Yep.
Now, Game 7 is happening this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not finished with that yet. It's 3-3.
So we're in game 7, though.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
that's beautiful.
That's the best thing ever.
Yep. And
Okay.
then the next game
So
we have...
before we go though, let's just recap. You had the Nuggets moving forward.
Yeah, I have
so
the
did
Nuggets.
So we're both for the
Yeah.
Nuggets. All right.
Yeah. Next game we had Lakers against the Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
This was crazy.
Bruh. Bruh.
This was crazy, bro.
I mean, man's Ant-Man.
Upset.
Upset City.
Yep.
Listen.
Game 5 games.
All I know is Ant-Man upset KD last year. He upset the Nuggets the year before.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? I need that Bron upset in my resume.
Yep.
Because I should just call him Mr. Upset.
Mr. Upset.
Right? He's the playoff Mr. Upset, man. My God.
5 games is crazy though.
Hey,
Yeah,
that dude.
that's
But shout out to, you know how Shaq said,
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
The fact that those words are coming out of your mouth, that Rudy Gobert dominated.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, listen, people say all sorts of things about Rudy Gobert, but listen, Rudy Gobert's a problem. All right. He's one guy you do want on your team. I don't care what you say about him. All right. So, congrats to the Wolves for moving forward. They got some stuff to figure out.
We both thought Lakers and we got it wrong.
Correct.
Both of us.
Correct.
Next, Rockets versus Warriors. Now, this is also Game 7. 3-3, Game 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 versus 7.
And it's going to be in Houston, right? It's going to be in Houston. So, and that's going to be, listen, if anyone knows about Game 7s and how to losing Game 7 and also winning Game 7, it's Steph.
Steph Curry.
Right? He's that dude. So anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yep.
All right, let's go over to the East.
We have the Cavs versus the Heat.
Light work.
We both got it right. And then we have Pacers Bucks.
Yep.
Now, you got this one right.
Yep.
You picked the Pacers.
I did.
I picked the Bucks.
Yep.
You beat.
Pacers have moved forward.
Next, Knicks versus Pistons. We both got it right.
What a good game.
Knicks. Yeah.
There was a wrap up in Game 6.
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson said, "This is why I am Mr. Clutch Player of the Year. Let me show you why I'm the Clutch Player."
He had that beautiful move, and then he pulled up for 3.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. I mean, listen.
And then the Pistons, they blundered it at the end. Cade made a pretty good pass to the open guy.
Cade made the right play.
Yeah, and then the guy to open 3.
He didn't expect it, right? But you should, like I said, you should always have your hands ready. Right?
He fumbled the ball and it went out.
That's right. And he fumbled the opportunity to move on to, or at least Game 7.
In the final game, Celtics versus the Magic.
Yep.
Both got it right. Celtics.
Celtics. So, all right, cool.
Yeah, that was nice.
I look forward to seeing where it goes from here.
Yep.
So, sir, what are we doing today, though? What's our topic?
So today, this is gonna be a fun topic.
Okay.
Today we're gonna make 7 total NBA teams.
Okay.
But there's a restriction on each team.
Well, okay. Go ahead.
So, for example, let's talk about a team. So we have the red team, right?
Okay.
We can only pick red jersey-colored players who played on the red jersey-colored teams.
So we're building a team.
positions.
We're building a team based on colors.
Yeah, on colors.
Because I saw a post right on social media. They had this thing. They said, which team would win, red, yellow, or green? And I think red had like 3 players with red jerseys.
Yeah.
Yellow had 3 players with yellow jerseys.
Yeah.
And then the green had, again, 3 players.
Yeah.
Which team out of these 3 would win? And that got us thinking, like, what if we build ultimate team of they did 3 players, but we
Yeah.
do a whole, 6?
Yeah.
Or
no,
5.
17.
We do a whole five
Yeah.
5 positions
players.
for that color team.
Yep.
But then when we were going through it, we realized that obviously some teams have both colors, right? Like Lakers, they have yellow and they have
Yeah.
purple. And then you have colors like the Warriors, right? They have blue and then they have
Yellow.
right? And then Philly has yellow, red and blue.
Yep.
So we started like really dividing this out because you don't want it to be too heavy where it's like 12 red teams and only
Yeah.
3 of this other team. So before we begin, we're gonna build teams based on that fact
Yeah.
of colors. So it's basically the rainbow colors.
And we're gonna do this draft style.
Yeah, draft style. It's a rainbow pattern. So we got red,
Yeah.
orange, yellow, green, blue,
Purple,
purple,
and
then
gray.
gray.
Yeah, great.
Right. So what we did is we divided the teams up. So before we begin, I think we should identify for
Yeah.
each color which teams we're doing it. Because some people are like, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
forgot so and so on this
Yeah.
team. No, we didn't. Right. Because we didn't want it to be too heavy on one side or the other. We
Yeah.
try to balance it out where there's even number of teams. Right. For example, like the Knicks, right? They have blue and they have orange.
Yeah.
But then if you go blue, there's so many blue teams
Yeah.
that you don't want to put them there. So we moved them to orange for intentionally.
Yeah.
So the orange group is a little bit more than just 1 or 2 teams.
Yeah.
So let's break it out. So you want to start?
Yeah, I'll do it. So for red, we have Miami Heat, we have the Bulls, the Rockets, the Hawks, the Blazers, Pelicans, and Clippers.
Okay.
For orange, we have Suns, Thunder, and Knicks. For yellow, we have Pacers, Warriors, Cavs, and Nuggets. For green, we have Celtics, Bucks, and the Supersonics.
You're going throwback.
Yeah.
Okay.
For blue, we have Grizzlies, Wolves, Mavs, Magic, Wizards, Pistons, and 76ers.
Okay.
For purple, we have Jazz, Kings, Raptors, Hornets, and Lakers.
Okay.
For gray, we have the Spurs and the Nets.
Spurs and Nets. Okay. The new Nets.
Yeah.
Because the old Nets would fall into either red or blue. And intentionally, we didn't use white because every
Yeah.
team has white.
Even black. Every team has
And black. So we didn't go with those 2 colors because literally every team has those or pretty much every team has that
Think
color
every
pattern.
team.
So we didn't go with those 2 colors. We went with everything else in between. Okay. So you ready to start?
Yeah, let's
so I
start.
think when we start, what we should do is when we say it's the red team,
Yeah.
we should re-list those team names again.
Okay.
Just to kind of refresh, right? Because once we get to blue and we don't say it, it'll just be too confusing. Or
Yeah.
did they already discuss them? Did they already push them down? So let's just, for our viewers,
Yeah, for our viewers. Yeah.
to make your life easy.
Yep.
It's a more enjoyable journey, more enjoyable viewing experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, after you subscribe
Yeah,
and ring
yeah.
the bell for notifications, right? And all that other good stuff. We want this to be a pleasant journey.
Yep.
So you're not confused. And if you are, let us know. We are more than okay.
Yep.
All right, so start, sir. The red team.
The red team.
The
yeah.
red team, which is once again the Heat, Bulls, Rockets, Hawks, Blazers, Pelicans, and the Clippers.
Yeah.
Sir,
You want me to start it off?
please kick us off.
All right, bet. So for red, I'm going to pick a guy from the Bulls. Point guard.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Derrick Rose. Prime Derrick Rose. MVP.
Okay, so we're doing this draft style,
Yeah, draft style.
right? So, oh man, you got Rose.
Yep.
So you just got rid of the point guard position.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
Okay.
prime Derrick Rose. You're going to pick your next point guard?
No, I'm gonna go a different position.
We can do that?
Yes, we can.
We never said we can do
Oh
that.
yeah, boy.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Well, now you learn, sir. That face right there. Listen, it's your team. Build it how you want.
All right. Yeah.
Build your team how you want. I know you're upset now. I know my guy's like, yo, I know who you would have picked. You want to go again? How about this? You know what? Since you're the host, I'll let you go first. We're going to let you go again. You get the first pick, any pick you want. This is your team. Build it how you like. It doesn't matter. And remember, that's the rule going down the line. So we're going to take turns, right?
Okay.
Because there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories, which means
Yeah.
one person will get to go twice.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you. I appreciate it.
All right. You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. I know the things I do for you.
Thank you.
So go ahead.
So I'm going to change my position to shooting guard.
Of course you
Obviously.
are. Of course. We already
Chicago
know.
Bulls, Michael Jordan.
Good. And I was going to say, how do you not go with that?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is the automatic default #1 pick go-to. I don't even care if we were on some other color. I still pick Michael Jordan #1. I'm sorry.
He can only go blue and red, right?
No, he can go every color.
Right.
That's how good he is. He can go any color. No, I'm just joking. But yes, okay. So you got Michael.
Yep.
First pick, shooting guard done, out of the way. All right. So for me, I'm gonna go with a center.
Center?
I'm gonna go with my center.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my center from the Rockets.
Yeah.
#1 pick.
Yep.
Same draft as Michael Jordan's draft class.
He got picked over, Michael.
He did. #1 pick, man.
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yep.
Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. That's my pick.
So you pick?
Sir.
All right. Now I'm going to go to point guard.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Yep.
All right, good.
Prime Derrick Rose.
Good pick. Good pick. All right. I'm gonna go with small forward because I cannot allow you to get this guy to team up with MJ because he helped MJ win
Okay.
a lot of chips.
Okay.
So I can't. This is me though,
Yeah,
right?
okay,
I'm gonna go with Scottie Pippen, one of the most underrated, super skilled guys. He's in the news for some crazy other reasons, but I'm gonna strictly just for his basketball powers. I'm gonna go with Scottie.
All right. Now I'm going to go with the center.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Blake Griffin.
Ooh, that's
Los
a
Angeles
great
Clippers.
pick, bro. You took my pick.
Did you pick Hakeem already? You already
Oh,
picked him.
center. You picked Blake for center?
Yeah. Yes.
His normal position is power forward.
He's
sir.
center too. He's played center.
Okay. That's
For me, he's a power forward center.
Okay. All right. So you have a power forward, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with, because I know shooting guard and point guard are free. I can take them anytime I want. So now I need to pick a power forward, shooting guard, and point guard. For my power forward, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see what you do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with my shooting guard, Dwayne Wade.
Okay. Yeah.
Dwayne Wade. I think that's the obvious other pick.
Yeah. Obviously.
From that group of teams, from that
Yeah.
list.
Now I'm gonna pick a power forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Blazers, LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's
LaMarcus Aldridge.
a great pick. That's a great pick.
I'm gonna go prime LaMarcus Aldridge.
Okay. I'm the
That's
Marcus.
my power forward.
Interesting pick. All right. And who was your center? Was Blake, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, that makes my life super easy because what I was going to do was something different, but you left a key guy. Now I can actually go either way. Now I don't know who to go with. You know what? Let me just go with my point guard. I'm going to go with Damian Lillard. As the long range shooter.
Yep.
So,
I have one more position.
yes, sir.
Small forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Jay Crossover. Jamal
For
Crawford.
small forward?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yes. Small forward.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Small forward.
Okay, Jay crossover. Well, that leaves me with my two guys who I still am confused as to who I should put in the power forward position. But seeing how this is playing out, I'm gonna go with the more local guy, the more newer guy, the more recent guy. But then I'll tell you who my other guy was.
Okay.
For my power forward, since Hakeem's my center,
Yeah.
you know who my power forward is gonna be now?
Who?
It's gonna be ridiculous, bro.
Okay. Who?
AD.
Oh.
Anthony Davis.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Whoa.
crazy.
Forgot about
It's
him,
gonna
bro.
be crazy, bro. So Hakeem
Come on.
yeah. You know who my other guy was? Hey, you
Who?
got Michael. Good, man. You got Michael. You know who my other guy was?
Who?
Dominique Wilkins.
Oh yeah.
So he was my other guy. And I was gonna
Okay.
see how you were gonna pick. So I'm gonna go with my team. So let me break out my team real quick. And then you break your team out, right?
Yep.
So a center I have Hakeem, power forward I have AD. That's just crazy right there.
Okay.
Scottie Pippen, even more crazy. I'm a defensive powerhouse. And then I have Dwayne Wade and Damian Lillard, bruh.
Okay, that's a crazy.
That's sick.
For me, it's center Blake Griffin,
Mm-hmm.
power forward LaMarcus Aldridge,
Okay.
small forward Jay Crossover, shooting guard Michael Jordan, point guard Derrick Rose.
Yeah, my squad. My squad won. It's all
I
right.
forgot about AD.
Man,
Come on.
like all your bigs are technically smalls compared to me, right? Because my bigs are real bigs. So everyone from center to small forward is a wrap for me. Like I'm dominating that
On.
because Scotty on Jamal crossover. Yeah, that's done.
I literally forgot.
AD and you had who's your power forward?
Marcus
Aldridge and AD. Yeah, AD. And then Hakeem on Blake.
Okay.
Wait, that's not even. So where you beat is Michael over Wade, and then Rose and Dame just depends on you got the inside
Whoever's on
game.
offense. Whoever's on offense.
Basically.
basically.
Yeah. So
Whoever's on offense.
all right, cool. That's the red team.
Yep.
All right, let's
We
move
got
on.
orange. You start off now.
All right, I get to start. Ooh, thank you, sir.
Of course you start.
Okay, I will go with my first pick. There's only one.
Okay.
Small forward, Kevin Durant. Suns, Kevin Durant. Easy
right.
money. So, sir, who do you got?
All right. I'm gonna start off with center.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Patrick Ewing.
Oh, good pick.
Patrick Ewing.
Great pick. I had him on my list. Okay.
This time I'm gonna worry about my bigs.
Your bigs.
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad you are worrying about your bigs because I am also going to worry about it.
Okay.
Because on this group of teams, when we say orange, we forgot, we apologize. We have, for orange, we have Suns, Thunder, and Knicks.
Yeah, Suns, Thunder, and Knicks.
Suns, Thunder, Knicks. Nice and easy to remember. And I'm going to go with my power forward as Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire? Power forward.
Power forward.
Not center?
Not my center.
Power forward.
Power forward.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my shooting guard.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Devin Booker.
Great pick. Great pick. All right. So he has D Book. And that leaves me. I'm going to go with my shooting guard too then.
Okay.
SGA.
SGA at shooting
Yes,
guard?
sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I put
Because I
him-
have true point guards. I have true point guards.
Yeah, I have 3-point guards.
Yeah, so. And I knew you were going to push SGA at the point guard position. So I have to take him now before you
No, I
take him. I'm just saying.
Not at the point guard.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to take SGA as my shooting guard.
All right.
So I'm left with center and point guard.
I'm left with point guard, small forward, and power forward.
So go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna go power forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Charles Barkley.
Power forward?
He's
He's undersized. He's undersized.
Yeah, but he's a power
You
forward.
do realize very undersized.
He's a power forward, though.
He's more of a small forward.
We all know he's a power forward.
Sure. Okay.
Charles Barkley
Yeah,
is
but
a
he was
power
always
forward.
undersized though.
Yeah, but he's still a power forward.
So you got Barkley
Yes.
at your power forward position. So okay. I have my center and point guard. And for my point guard, oh man, that's tough. It's tough.
A lot of options.
There are a lot of options. I'm gonna go with my center.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my center. And for my center, I will pick. I had actually Patrick Ewing.
Okay, yeah.
I did have him. But I'm gonna take Chet.
Chet.
Chet is my
All
center.
right. Yep, you picked
There
Chet.
weren't a whole lot of center
Yeah,
options for this group. So I'm gonna go with Chet. Sir, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go a little bit smaller now.
Sure.
Just because you took SGA, he was my 3. So
Mm.
I'm gonna go kind of smaller.
Okay.
Not really, but kind of.
Mm.
I'm gonna go Allen Houston.
For 3. Allen Houston's a wonderful, amazing pick.
So I'm going
He
Allen
was one of my favorite shooters ever out there when he was hooping. Man, he was an automatic mid-range bucket. Okay. So
All right,
now we got both at
both-
point guards.
Yeah, we both have point.
Man,
These are some tough options.
I know. I don't know who to go with because you know what? I know who I'm gonna go with.
All right.
Because yes, I value the ability to score, but my squad, like, we got scorers on this. Like, other than Amari Amari's an inside beast.
You have KD, Chet, Amari.
SGA, like we're scoring wise, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Right. And so I need guys who are gonna do everything else. I need a very versatile player.
Yeah.
A guy who's been a triple double leader
Okay.
a few times over.
Come on. He was my next pick.
So I'm gonna pick Russell Westbrook.
Come on.
Yes, sir. He'll be my and he's also he's a defensive. Like I had another guy, but go ahead. I'll let you say whoever you.
I'm gonna go with Steve Nash.
Yep, that was who my alternate was. But again, Steve Nash is not gonna get you those rebounds, right? And he's not gonna get you
Westbrook is triple doubles.
Correct. He's a triple double machine. So I feel like let's just go back down the list.
There's
My-
another point guard actually
Go
for
ahead.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, but Chris has also been around a lot
Yeah.
of teams, so you could technically pick him anywhere.
Yeah. What was your team?
My team is I have Chet
Yeah.
at center, Amari power forward, KD for small forward, SGA shooting guard, Russell Westbrook point guard. My squad's jacked.
All right. I got center Patrick Ewing, power forward Charles Barkley, small forward Allen Houston,
Okay,
shooting guard Devin Booker, point guard Steve Nash.
it's a good squad.
That's
man.
also stacked.
That is a stacked squad. I think the one place I will say you beat me is the center position because
Center.
Chet is not dealing with
Yeah.
Ewing's physicality. But then on the flip side, Nash is gonna have trouble with Russell Westbrook, right? So, so we'll see where. But and then KD, who's guarding KD? Allen Houston.
No one. No
Right.
one.
So,
Literally.
you know who my other power forward I had was Sean Marion. But all right, so let's move on to the yellow team.
Yep. Yellow.
Go ahead. What are the yellow teams?
The teams are Pacers, Warriors, Cavs, and Nuggets.
Okay, so with Pacers, Warriors, Cavs, and Nuggets.
Yep.
Yes, we know Cavs could have gone in the red team,
Yeah.
but a red team had too many teams anyway.
Yep.
So go ahead, sir.
You wanna
get to
start?
go.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll start.
I can go first.
No, I'll start.
You sure? No. Let me go first.
All right, yeah, you can go.
You
All
sure?
right, next time I'll go.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
If
go.
you don't want to go, then I don't want to hear. Oh, yo, I'll let you go.
No, go.
Sure.
Go.
Okay.
Literally, go.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. It is your turn.
Really?
It is your turn.
All right. I'm going to go with... So, this player can play every position. Literally.
Gee, I wonder who he is.
Literally.
Oh.
So, I'm going to put it at power forward.
Okay.
Since I only had
Interesting.
Since I only had one other power forward. So, I'm going to go with LeBron James.
LeBron James at power forward.
Yes.
Interesting.
He can play every position, bro.
No, that's a smart pick. Okay.
LeBron James.
LeBron James at power forward.
Yes.
Okay. And since you pick LeBron, I'm going to have to take this guy off the board because there's no way I'm going to let him team up with him. As much as LeBron wants to team up with him, I can't let it happen even in this fake world.
Okay.
So I'm going to, for my point guard, I'm picking Steph Curry, the babyface assassin. So
Who
that's
else would you pick?
There's another guy.
Yeah, there is, but still.
I mean, there's still another guy. He's nice.
Still.
Okay.
Steph is...
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So for center, I'm going to go center.
Center. Okay.
I'm going to go with the Joker.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Okay. I knew you would do that.
You knew.
I did. And I am going to go with my small forward. And actually, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to go with my small forward and I'm going to go with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Melo.
That's a good one.
A guy who's always like underlooked and underappreciated. So I got to give him his love. Carmelo Anthony for small forward.
Small forward?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go with shooting guard.
Okay.
So there were two options here. Since you already got Steph, I'll go with the other one.
Sure.
I'll go with Reggie Miller.
Reggie. Interesting. I thought you would pick somebody else, but okay. And so I have a power forward.
I need to pick point guard and small forward. So
Actually, you know what then? If you're going to do that, then this is easy. I'm going to move Melo up to power forward. Okay. I'm moving Carmelo Anthony up to power forward. So now him and Bron can match up against each other. It's a great, great matchup. And then for my small forward, I'm going to put in PG-13.
Knew it.
Paul George.
Knew it.
So
All
there
right.
you go.
I'm going to go with my small forward.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the guy who played on the Warriors. He's won finals MVP. Andre Iguodala. What? Tell me what?
Bruh.
What?
Okay. No, it's your team.
What do you mean?
It's your team. Your team.
There's a reason
That's your power forward?
No, it's small forward.
Small forward. Got it.
There's a reason he's won finals MVP.
Got it. Okay. And then who am I left with? Center, right? That's my guy
I'm
left?
left with point guard.
You're left with point guard. I'm left with center. There can only be one center. And he is he's known as the greatest center.
Okay.
One of the greatest centers. And this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. Yeah.
That shot, I don't care what your name. Your name can be Joker, Smoker, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what it is. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, had the most points until LeBron beat it. So yeah, I got Kareem.
All right, my point guard, final point guard. I'm gonna go with
There's only one.
Jamal Murray.
No.
What? Who else? Tell me who else.
No. You want Jamal? You sure?
Yeah. Because the other guy I'm putting somewhere else.
Oh, on a different team?
Yes.
I
know who you're talking about. Cleveland Cavaliers. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. You ain't got to get mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
Okay. So let's do a recap. This one has a lot of up and downs there. So my center, Kareem.
Yeah.
Power forward, Melo. Shooting guard, PG, Paul George.
Shooting guard.
Small forward. Rewind. Center, Kareem.
Okay.
Power forward, Carmelo Anthony. Small forward, Paul George. Shooting guard. Who was my shooting guard?
Did you pick a shooting guard?
I did not pick a shooting
No,
guard.
I went first. Then I ended it. So you have to end it.
So then I need a shooting guard.
Yeah, you need a shooting guard.
Oh.
All right. Who's your shooting guard?
I was like, where are we messing up here?
Who's your shooting guard?
This is going to be problematic because, well, you know what? I'm going to take this guy now
Okay.
because technically he's more of a shooting guard than a point guard.
Okay. Who are you picking?
I'm going to pick Kyrie Irving as my shooting guard.
Okay.
So there you go. Kyrie Irving and Stephen Curry. Man, we definitely got ball handling on lock.
Crazy.
We got ball handling on lock.
All right. So my team, center, Joker.
Okay.
Power forward, LeBron. Small forward, Iggy. Shooting guard, Reggie Miller. Point guard, Jamal Murray.
Okay. So what's crazy about this team is that we both have teams stacked with end of game shooters.
Oh, yeah.
Guys were clutch.
Jamal Murray, Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, Iguodala, LeBron, Carmelo Anthony.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Right. So even Kareem. So yeah, this is a solid squad. Squad. All right. Let's go to the green team.
The green.
We have what? Celtics, Bucks, Supersonics.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
You're going first?
I go first here?
Yeah, you go first.
I go first. Okay. So if I go first, then for me, it's easy. My automatic pick at the, actually it's not easy. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with my center just to get him off
Center?
the board. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get him off the board.
All right.
Because I don't think there's a single guy on this entire list that can guard him at the center position.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with Giannis Antetokounmpo
Okay.
at my center.
Got Giannis.
Yes, sir.
Your center, right?
At my center.
All right. Now I'm gonna go with my shooting guard.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Ray Allen.
Ray. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with my small forward.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Larry Legend, Larry Bird.
Who else can you pick?
Correct. He was gonna be my first pick, but then I knew that like the center position was light.
Yeah.
And yeah, so okay, Larry Bird. Sir, go
All right.
ahead.
Then I'll go with point guard.
Okay.
Now this is kind of hard.
This is hard.
Since I think I'm gonna have some other scores, I don't know. This is hard.
To go with a different position.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll go with small forward, I guess. Power forward.
Okay.
I'm going power forward.
Okay.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, great pick. I was gonna see who you were gonna pick, and then I was gonna pick the other guy.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pick. So I need to pick a point guard, shooting guard, and power forward.
I need to pick a center, small forward, and point guard.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick my power forward,
Okay.
and that's gonna be the Rain Man, Sean Kemp.
Yep.
My God, if he's coming through the lane, you better duck.
Yeah, but if Kevin Garnett's there,
And that would be beautiful to
kinda
watch.
different,
That would
yeah.
be beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go with my center then.
okay,
I'm gonna go Kevin McHale. Yeah.
sure.
You already picked Giannis.
There's still a better one.
Ooh.
The guy who has the most rings ever.
Yeah, well.
Just saying. Just saying.
No,
But go ahead.
I'm still going Kevin McHale because I've never seen Bill Russell play.
Have you seen Kevin McHale play?
Seen a little bit of his highlights.
Okay. All right, it's your team. So I have left on my squad here is shooting guard and point guard.
I have point guard and small forward.
It's
It's a good thing that you're going first, so I don't have to pick my point guard.
You could still. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna pick the point guard though,
Okay.
because I want a guy who can play. Yes, I know one of them is known to be very smart and whatnot. One of them was a lockdown defender. They called him the Glove.
I know who you're picking.
And he was the guy that was feeding the Rain Man
Yeah.
season in, season out. So I'm gonna give it to GP. I like a little bit of trash talk. I need someone to go back at KG.
Come on.
So and Larry can talk. So I'm gonna go with GP, Gary Payton for my
Alright.
point guard.
So I'll pick my point guard later.
Okay.
I'll go with small forward, just so you don't pick him if you pick him for shooting.
Sure.
For small forward, I'm going Paul Pierce.
Okay, that's fine. He was my shooting
Because
guard, but
he's a hybrid shooting guard small forward.
I was gonna pick him, but because you picked him, I already had a backup for him, and that's gonna be Jason Tatum as my backup shooting guard.
Him over Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum, and he's just so much bigger. He's just so much bigger. Like he's bigger than Jaylen Brown, right? So yeah. I mean, technically, you can't go wrong with either Jaylen Brown or him, but I'm gonna go with him just because, right? Like he's longer, right?
Yeah.
So he has way more, not way more height, but he definitely has more height. Go with him.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go with the other point guard then, Rajon Rondo.
Rajon Rondo, that was the other guy. Yep. All right, so let's do a recap. Sir, go ahead.
My team: center Kevin McHale, power forward Kevin Garnett, small forward Paul Pierce, shooting guard Ray Allen, point guard Rajon Rondo.
So wait a minute. You have basically the championship team.
Oh,
You have the championship
everyone
team when they
except
beat the
Kevin
Lakers.
McHale. Everyone except
Right.
Kevin McHale.
You basically have that squad.
Yeah.
That's funny. I have Giannis in my center, Sean Kemp, power forward, Larry Bird, small forward, Jason Tatum, shooting guard, Gary Payton, point guard. That's
I don't know who would win, honestly. You or me?
I do, because my center would just destroy Kevin McHale. He's not guarding Giannis. I'm sorry. That's not happening. You're probably going to have to switch Kevin Garnett to center. And
Is Kevin McHale gonna guard Sean Kemp?
so that will be an interesting matchup, right?
Yeah.
Because Kevin Garnett could shoot
Yeah.
better than Sean Kemp could.
Yeah, better than Sean.
So it would be an interesting matchup. This is why I would put Giannis on him and let Kemp and McHale go at it. But it's an interesting. I mean, I can even throw Tatum in there. So it just depends, right? Like you have some good shooters, right? But then who's gonna guard Bird? And then Ray's another shooter. So it's gonna be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to blue now.
Okay.
All right, the teams for blue are the Grizzlies, Wolves, Mavs, Magic, Wizards, Pistons, and 76.
Okay. We have a little bit more option.
Yeah. All right,
So, sir, who goes first?
I'm gonna start it off.
Please do.
Okay. This is kind of tough. I'm gonna go with my favorite player.
Okay.
He's on this wall right here.
Oh.
I got Allen
AI.
Iverson at my point guard.
At your point.
Yep.
So you know what the thing with this group was, the blue team?
Yeah.
Because there's so many teams, like there have been some.
Yeah.
This was probably my toughest group to pick.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many greats to pick from.
Yeah.
And having said that, I'm gonna go with a guy who I think for that position there weren't as many greats, so I'm gonna take him.
Okay.
Because point guard, like you can go for days. Point guard, there were tons of great players. So I'm gonna go with my power forward position.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Dirk Nowitzki
Okay.
as my power forward.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Because I don't think there was an even equivalent or comparable power forward.
No, it's
For
close.
that. There was one guy, but he's not even close to Dirk.
No one's close, but there's still other options.
Sure, yeah.
So I still got my list.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna go with small forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Tracy McGrady.
You're putting him a small forward.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Magic Tracy McGrady.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh,
I had him in the shooting guard position. But okay. So you have T-Mac, one of my all-time favorite players.
Yeah, I got AI and T-Mac. So
Yeah, and T-Mac.
that already sounds.
That does sound good. Well, you know what then? I'm gonna match you.
Okay.
I'm gonna match you, and I'm gonna take a guy who I gave a nickname to earlier in this episode as
Okay.
Mr. Upset.
Okay. Shooting guard.
Shooting guard,
All right,
Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards versus T-Mac. Oh my God, that'd be fun. That'd be so much fun just to hear them go back and forth
No, but
talking to
I
each other.
put T-Mac at small forward.
Oh, that's right.
You
That's
put
right.
him at shooting
That's
guard.
right. Well, we'll see who you picked then. I got Ant-Man as shooting guard.
All right. I'm gonna go with my center now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with scorer
Okay.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid's a great pick. Great pick. I do have my one reservation about him, which I will tell you later.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with small forward because I think he is the only right fit that goes with Dirk.
Okay.
Another European legend
Okay.
at a very young age. And this is Luka Doncic. Luka and Dirk together. Man, that's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun. And they did play together, but imagine both of them in their prime playing. So I got Luka.
You got Luka?
Yes, sir.
At your small
At
forward.
my small forward.
I'm gonna go with power forward.
Okay.
So there's two tough options here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what those are.
I'm gonna go with the rebounder.
Okay.
He played on the Pistons. Got them a chip with Isaiah Thomas.
Oh,
Dennis Rodman.
Mr. Rodman. You put him in. Okay, that's actually a good pick. That's a great pick. But listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Dennis Rodman is not.
Okay.
There is no world
I
where
know
he's
that.
guarding Dirk.
I know that, but still.
All right.
He's that type of rebound.
Okay. I actually thought you would pick somebody else, but okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna go with my.
You have one more position? Or
I have two more. I have center and point guard.
I went first.
You're right.
I have one.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with my center. And listen, I'm so glad you picked him. But this guy was my number one option.
Okay.
And it's crazy how disrespected this man is.
Okay.
In his prime, there was not a guy out there that was giving him problems, that was getting in his way. And my center is Dwight Howard.
Yep.
I'm sorry, like he was Fort Knox lockdown. You are not getting in that paint, and then he was going the other side and yamming it on you. So I got Dwight.
You got Dwight?
And the fact that him and T-Mac are not on the top 75 list is a travesty.
Oh my God.
That is a travesty. So I'm gonna say the idiots that made this list.
That's
the
crazy.
idiots who made this list.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. No.
All right. I'm gonna go with the shooting guard. That's my last position.
Okay.
So technically he was a point guard, but I put him
Oh, I know you picked.
No?
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yep. Gil.
Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, that's a great pick. Great pick. Oh, Gil and Ant will be fun.
Oh yeah.
Gil and Ant will be fun. Oh man.
Gil
Okay.
and Ant?
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Gil. It's funny because I was gonna pick Gil as my point guard, but
You have a point guard?
I'm gonna pick. I'm actually going through two right here, and I'm having a tough time.
Yeah. I know who I would pick, but let's go. Who do you pick?
I'm gonna pick the guy who came and like helped. I'm not gonna say change or redefine the position, but he was a very rare breed.
Okay.
And injuries got the best of him. But if he was not injured, he was that dude. And he could do it all. He could literally do it all.
Okay.
Even though I feel like I'm disrespecting the legend who's the champion.
Okay. You're still going through?
Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna change.
You're gonna change it?
I'm gonna change.
All right.
Because so originally I was gonna pick Penny Hardaway, right?
Okay.
but I'm not picking Penny.
Oh.
Listen, don't disrespect Penny, man. Penny
Okay,
was
but you
nice.
gotta pick the other guy, man.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, you.
The original Detroit Pistons Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, for sure.
That's who my point guard is.
All
Because
right.
then I also thought about, since you have AI, I'm gonna need someone who's gonna talk to him, get in his ear,
Yeah, that's Isaiah.
talk a little bit of chunk to him, right? And Isaiah was very good with that mental manipulation.
The AI ain't backing down.
Of course he's not.
Definitely not.
But AI was but Isaiah Thomas is very he was gonna talk to you very nicely, but
Yeah.
at the same time get in your head,
Yeah.
right? So he had that very creative, subtle way of impacting the game.
Yeah.
Plus, him and AI, one of the best handlers. All right, so recap. So
And
go
my
ahead.
team, center Joel Embiid,
Okay.
power forward Dennis Rodman, small forward T-Mac, shooting guard Gil, point guard AI.
Man, you got some scorers on your squad.
Wait, that's Gil scorer, AI scorer, T-Mac scorer, Joel Embiid scorer. So I have
Scorers.
only one person who's not a scorer.
Correct. And he's a rebounder. So I have Dwight, who is everything.
Everything, literally.
He's Superman. He's Superman.
Yeah, he's Superman.
Dirk, Luca, Ant, and Isaiah Thomas. Not the Celtics one, the Detroit one. The original Zeke.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. But I think I would win the power forward battle easily.
Dennis versus, easily.
Yeah, I think I would win that battle.
But you know what would be fun? Very fun? Ant and Gil.
Yeah. And then I think the Luca and T-Mac battle will be very T-Mac would be all over the place.
Yeah.
And Luca would be very with super athleticism.
Yeah.
Dude just plays very slow at his own
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how that will play out. So all right, let's move on to purple.
Purple, the teams we have are Jazz, Kings, Raptors, Hornets, and Lakers.
Okay. All right.
All right, you're starting it off this time?
I will start it off this time. I'm gonna have to go with the guy for the position that I know that no one will be able to touch. I have to start with this position.
Okay.
Because there weren't a whole lot of guys in this position that were as dominant.
Okay. Yeah.
As dominant.
Yeah.
And this but my center position, Shaquille O'Neal, Big Diesel, aka Superman. Every other
Okay,
name he gave
yeah.
himself. So I got Shaq.
You got Shaq?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I know there's another guy there, but nah, Shaq was 101.
I'm going to go with his teammate.
Sure.
Easily. Shooting guard,
Yep.
Kobe Bryant.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm actually glad you picked him because I'm going to go with now my point guard who revolutionized the point guard position,
Okay.
changed the whole idea of what the
Okay.
size of a point guard should
Okay,
be.
yeah.
And
Bruh.
he was one of one, and there was not even a close second. Penny was supposed to be the next. And not only did this guy change it, he's known by a name that is not his birth name. It's not even his government name. It's not
That's
his legal name.
crazy.
So you don't even know him by his real name. You know him by his stage name,
Yeah.
his nickname. And that's Magic Johnson. Real name, Irvin Johnson.
Yeah.
So,
You got Magic?
yeah. So I got Magic and Shaq. Oh, bro, you're in trouble now.
I'm going to go with powerful.
Okay.
Go with the mailman.
The mailman, of
Karl
course.
Malone.
Karl Malone, sir. Second most points, I believe, or now third in history.
And now third. Now.
So the Malone. Okay. I'm gonna go with my small forward.
Okay.
The guy that technically I would rival him against Kobe.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep him at the small forward position.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Vinsanity. Air
Vince
Canada, Vince Carter. Prime Vince Carter
He's a shooting.
was a problem.
Yeah, but he's a shooting.
He could play both.
Nah.
He could play both.
All right, small forward. I'll pick my small forward.
Okay.
I'll go with Chris Webber. Prime Chris Webber.
Bruh, got my guy. That's what I was gonna pick as my power forward.
I got prime Chris Webber
Okay, that's a good pick.
at my small forward.
Small
I
forward.
know he's technically a power forward.
Yeah, he's a power forward. He's too slow to be
I'm still putting him as.
interesting. Okay.
Wait, so it'll be him versus Vince?
Yeah, Vince. So your inside-outside game.
I might be. I might be prime. But
Okay.
all right, let's move on.
So I'm gonna go with, since you did that, then my other power forward is free. I'm gonna go with my shooting guard, and I'm gonna go with the guy who was the original Mr. Triple Double,
Okay.
the guy whose record stood for 30 plus years.
Okay. Yeah.
The Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna go with my point guard then.
Okay.
Jazz. He played with Karl Malone,
Yes,
so this
sir.
will be a
Great.
yeah.
Give and go, pick and
I'm
rolls.
going with John Stockton.
John Stockton. However, sir, there's no world where John Stockton picks up Magic
Bro.
Johnson.
Come on.
There is no universe where that
Yeah, but
works
he's the
out.
only other point guard.
He is the only other
Who else
point
would
guard.
you pick?
No, agreed. That's why I went first and I picked him up quickly.
Okay.
So I'm not stuck with John Stock.
Okay.
Great player though. Great player.
Yeah,
No
he's a
disrespect.
great
Great player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. So what am I left with? I'm left with only a power forward. And since you took Webb, right, Chris Webber,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the only other guy who was, when he was in his prime, was a serious problem and people had trouble with him. He was also actually better than Webb in the sense that he stretched the floor. He learned how to shoot the three well.
Okay.
And this is Boogie Cousins, DeMarcus Cousins.
Marcus Cousins.
Yes, sir. That's my power forward. So I think he would do well against Malone because he also is not going to back down. So that's my squad right there.
I'm gonna go with my.
You got small forward, I believe.
No, I have center left.
Center. Okay.
For center, this is kind of.
Ain't no one picking up Shaq.
There's not even any other center.
That's what I'm saying. How'd you put Webber? Like, Webber should have been a center. Only guy.
Weber's center?
The only guy who will go up against Shaq.
Forgot about a guy in the Hornets.
Alonzo Mourning. Okay.
Alonzo Mourning.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Yes, Alonzo Mourning.
That's fine.
I know he's not guarding Shaq, but still,
No, but that's a good pick. Though.
Yeah,
that's actually a good
it's a
pick.
decent pick.
It's a better pick. I like that pick. So go ahead, let us know your team.
My team was Alonzo Mourning at the center, power forward Karl Malone, small forward Chris Webber, shooting guard Kobe Bryant, point guard John Stockton.
Hey, that's a pretty decent squad. You got the Mamba, right?
Yep.
That in itself is a game changer. All right, I got my center Shaq, power forward Boogie Cousins, small forward Vince, shooting guard Oscar Robertson, and point guard Magic Johnson.
That already sounds good. I might be cool.
That squad.
You
I
guys
think-
are way taller. Your team
Correct.
is way taller.
My squad is big.
Yeah.
And my squad can fly. So yeah, you might be in trouble with that squad.
Okay.
Because right off the bat, like my point guard positions, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So
Even center and point.
I mean, center Zoe can handle his own. I'm not gonna say he can't, but that point guard position, is too much discrepancy, too much variance.
Yeah.
So all right, great team.
Final great team.
All right, sir.
Spurs and the
Spurs
Nets.
and the Nets.
Yeah.
Who goes first here?
I'm going first.
You go first. Go
My
ahead.
turn.
Sure.
All right.
The Spurs and Nets.
Yeah, Spurs and Nets.
Okay.
All right. This is kind of tough,
I already know you're going. Just say it.
but
Come on, just say it. Say it.
no, I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, I might. All right, power forward Tim Duncan.
Oh, good pick.
Power forward Tim.
Great pick.
Well, who else?
No, that was it. Tim Duncan. All right. I'm gonna go with my small forward.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna move this dude to power forward.
All right, so you're picking your power forward.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see how it plays out. I may have to reshift him again based
Okay.
on what you do. But I'm gonna go with my power forward to match Tim Duncan because
Okay.
Tim Duncan's just that great.
Yeah.
Also very underappreciated.
Yeah.
Because game wasn't flashy, doesn't need buckets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the young blood.
Okay.
The young blood, who the only guy who I think can give Tim Duncan problems,
All right.
and that's Wemby.
Going Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama.
At power?
At power. Victor Wembanyama can play 1 through 12.
Bro's a center.
Bro can play whatever he wants.
Bro's a center though.
All right, bro can play any position he wants.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I've seen him in a single possession play 1 through 5. So it's one of those things with him. So I got Wemby at my power forward.
I guess I'm gonna go with point guard.
Okay.
Tony Parker.
Good pick. Good pick. But there are better picks out there, sir.
Point guard?
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Tell me who.
Gotta know your history, though.
Tell me who.
Afterwards, I will. All right. I'm going to go with my... So wait a minute. If you pick players in the previous groups, we can't pick them here, though. Anymore,
Yeah, we can.
Oh, man. That's going to make things tough.
Yeah, at point guard, I had Kyrie.
I picked him. You're right. Oh, okay. Good pick. So I'm going to go with my center then. Because
Right.
technically you picked my other guy up earlier. So I'm going to go with Tim Duncan's running mate who helped him
Okay.
get his first chip. That's the Admiral, David Robinson.
Robinson.
Sir.
All
Because
right.
I had Aldridge otherwise.
Oh, Marcus. Oh.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I'm gonna go with my small forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kawhi Leonard.
Great pick. I had him, but at a different position.
All right.
And so small forward. Well, you know what then? I'm gonna match your Kawhi Leonard
Okay.
with another legend, a
Okay.
great
Okay.
Dr. J.
Dr.
Julius
J.
Irving.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Dr. J as my small forward. So Kawhi's not just gonna be able to do whatever he
Okay.
wants. All right.
I'm gonna go with my shooting guard now.
Okay.
Manu Ginobili.
Great pick. That's who I had actually. But now you just made my life easy And this is why I said I got this covered because of the way you were going to play this out. Your shooting guard is
Manu Ginobili.
Manu.
Yep.
All right. And then my shooting guard will be no other than, here's some education, historical education, is by a man who was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. Drazen Petrovic.
Oh.
Buckets. He gave Michael Jordan problems.
Michael Jordan?
Correct.
No, he didn't give Michael Jordan
Yes, he did.
problems.
Look,
The GOAT.
it's YouTubeable. It's YouTubeable. Check it out.
What?
This man was a problem. There are video of Vernon Maxwell, who was known as a defensive guy, getting in everyone's face. He talked about it. Reggie Miller talked about it. How Drazen Petrovic was 101. He got killed in a car crash very early in his life, unfortunately. Dude was a problem. He was one of the first European players to come over and begin dominating. And they didn't know what to do with him. That's how good he was.
Okay.
Steph before Steph. So Drazen Petrovic on the Nets. Look it up. Educate yourself.
I didn't even know he was on the net.
Correct.
And I didn't know he was Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
Yes, sir. Now you do.
Gave MJ problems?
Now you do. Reggie Miller problems. He gave a bunch of folks problems.
Okay. Now, my last position. This is going to be super tough. You know why?
Who's it?
I'm going to have to think.
You got a center, right? Who's your center?
That's my last position.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to have to think off the
Oh my
top
God,
of my
this is
head.
tough. It's tough. I mean, I have
Because
somebody for you,
You
but
picked Wemby and David Robinson.
correct. I had to be strategic about it.
Okay, this is tough.
I had to be strategic about it.
Spurs and Nets?
You might have to think about a Nets center. I know one dude you could pick. But this is again going back, right? I knew the history. You're still young, right?
Only David.
It wasn't Spurs. It was the Nets center.
Nets?
Yep. The only like real big man, I would say. Well, they had two big men, so you can pick with any of them, but ain't no one's gonna guard David Robinson.
I don't know, Nets and Spurs? The only two people I know are David Robinson and Wemby.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to think Nets though. I mean, there was this man called George Gervin, the Iceman.
Yeah,
He was on the Spurs,
I know
but
I have him, but
he's power forward, right?
might have to
And-
go small ball. No,
Who you
because
got?
I don't know anyone else. So,
Should I help you?
No.
This would be my assist team.
shouldn't be helped.
I should.
It's my own team.
I mean, how about I give you options?
Okay, sure.
You want options or no? I don't
Sure.
Okay. So one gentleman was this guy called Derek Coleman. Derek Coleman was a monster. He was a big dude and he would dominate in the paint. And he would handle his business.
Eric Coleman?
Derek Coleman, that's one guy. He was on the Nets. And the other person was Kmart. Kenyon Martin, defensive juggernaut, rim rocker. Ain't nobody want problems with him because he was ready to. I think he was more ready to get into a fight than anybody I've ever seen.
Okay.
Well, him and James Johnson. But Kmart was ready to throw hands just by you looking at him,
Okay.
not even saying anything.
Okay.
He was like that dude. This is the
So-
same Kmart who's on Gil's Arena right now.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know any
His
of
son
these.
plays in the league.
I don't know any of these players.
Yeah.
But the only reason I know Kmart is because of Gil's Arena.
Yeah.
But I'll go with the other guy.
Derek Coleman?
Go with Derek Coleman.
Good. That's actually a better pick because Derek Coleman was more of a big body. And I think to battle David Robinson, you need more of a big body.
I appreciate the help.
No problem.
I
I
really
got you.
appreciate
I got
the
you, bro. I got you. You know what? We didn't even. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, bro. All right. So I'm left with my last point guard.
Okay.
And this dude was, man, another dude that came in, Magic Johnson. He
Okay.
also, I'm not going to say revolutionized it, but he definitely took the point guard position. And you know what he said? He said, I'm going to dial it up and I'm going to amplify the speed of it.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to take the point guard position and I'm just going to ×3 it
Okay.
from a speed perspective.
Okay.
And then I'm going to find my guys. He will literally tell his teammates, all you need to do is run. If you run with me, I got you 6 points. If you run with me, I got you 6 points. Easy.
That's
Imagine
crazy.
your point guard saying that to you.
That's crazy.
Think about the confidence that I just got to run. And you have my hands ready. And the ball will find me magically.
It's actually crazy.
And this man is called Jason Kidd.
Oh, Jason
Kidd.
Yeah.
Kidd. My God, he was special when he was coming out. So go ahead. You want me to recap or you want to recap first?
I'll do it first.
Go ahead.
At center, I have Derek Coleman.
Okay.
At power forward, Tim Duncan. Small forward, Kawhi Leonard. Shooting guard, Manu Ginobili. And point guard, Tony Parker.
So you basically have the Spurs winning team.
Wait, Tim Duncan, Kawhi, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. Everyone except Derek Coleman.
Yeah. So you basically have the Celtics, that was your old team, and now the Spurs is okay. So I have technically though, for the Nets, who you could have picked.
Who?
He had a very small stint with them.
Okay.
James Harden. Just saying. Not really. I don't count him as a
Get
net.
out.
I don't really count him as.
out.
I don't really count him as a net.
He was a brick.
Don't say that. What I'll say is that he had a very small stint with them. That's why I don't count him as a net.
Very little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I have my center, David Robinson, power forward, Victor Wembanyama, Wemby.
That's just too big.
Them
That's
two,
too big.
them two
I don't know
right
why
there.
you put Wemby at power forward.
You'll find out. And then I have who do I have? Small forward, I have Dr. J.
Okay.
Another big dude. Then for my shooting guard, I have Drazen.
Okay.
Bucket. Another bigger.
He's gonna give Ginobili problems.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But the great thing is that they're both foreign players,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and then my point guard, Jason Kidd. Bruh.
Jason Kidd and Tony Parker going at it?
Jason. Tony's a better shooter, I'll say. But Jason, man, he could find you ways to score which were unconventional. He almost like Steve Nash, right?
Yeah,
But
Steve Nash.
definitely bigger in size.
Okay.
So that's my squad. Sir, I am actually very curious to see which teams
Oh yeah.
between these different.
That would be tough.
Yeah, and if we forgot somebody, or if you feel like there's a better team that you would have made, we'd love to hear about it, right? But this was kind of like our way of breaking it down because there were just so many teams and just want to balance everything out. But this was fun, man. I had fun like doing this like strategic.
Yeah. You saved me at the end there.
I got you,
Derek
bro. I
Coleman.
got you. I'm a team player. That's why I'm coach, right? I'm Coach Hack.
Yeah.
Like y'all know me as Coach Hack. All right, sir. This is fun. Till next time, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for more content, and we'll see you next time. Till then, see you later. Alvida, Avjo, Khuda Hafiz, and Sat Sri Akal.
Peace.